Guys, welcome back. Unfortunately, I don't think I've been able to fix my microphone, but hopefully it sounds okay regardless. I know it sounds a little bit 80s at the moment, but fitting in theme with all the VCR stuff, that's fine. It's all good.
Nice. At least you're consistent there, Kicks. Yeah. Well done. Well played.
Okay, so we just saw True Touch take down Yaj. Yaj's all in. Unfortunately, failed for him, and he tapped out before it could get any worse. But we're going to be heading in to our second game here. It's going to be Bonyth versus Tech, and Bonyth is obviously a very, very strong Polish player, one of the top foreign players at the moment. Well, I mean, even so, still, he's been one of the top for a good couple of years now. 6 for 5 so far overall in the STPL, and I mean, he's actually doing pretty well against Protoss as well. Let's have a quick look at his stats. You can see he's got a 54% win rate overall. To get here, he's actually beaten, well, he's played 5 PvPs, he's beaten Oyaji, Grast, Goz, Narsil, and Big Fan. Not the biggest of opponents, and he actually lost to Big Fan because he had to give a walkover in week 1 of round 1, so that's going back a bit. But just have a look at the same for Tech. Tech was an absolute beast in round 1, did really, really well. Unfortunately, his round 2 adventure didn't go too good. He actually lost a lot more games than he won, as you can see via his last 10 games. But his PvP is okay. He's actually 3 for 3. He's played against some really strong Protoss players as well. Lost to Yeti actually a couple of times as well. So it's going to be cool to see exactly how this is going to go as we head into our game here. We're going to be heading in to Athena 2 is going to be our next map. Now this, we've seen some PvPs on here already. There's not really too much to write home about it. It's a little bit easier to get the third base here than it is on other maps. But PvP is always about are you ever going to make it to a third base? PvP can either be very, very quick, or you'll have a very long macro game. So hopefully we'll get a little bit more of a macro game, given that Yaj versus True Touch was so short. But looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's head in to game number 2. Okay, starting us off here in the left-hand position of your screen, we do have in the white, it's Bonyth.
And his opponent, on the other side, I've just started doing sides now because I can never tell exactly. I need to have a little clock overlay. This is Tech. Obviously, Bonyth is definitely the bigger name here. Super strong player, but in STPL, he hasn't really been showing that strength, and it's actually it feels weird to say it, Kicks, but Bonyth is like one of the weak points in Net Wars lineup. And I don't say that because he's weak or a bad player. I say that because every other member of Net Wars is just killing it. So, Bonyth, I'm not saying he needs to step it up because he did, of course, make it very deep in other tournaments like BSL and Have At You. So you can ever say that he's not an amazing player. But STPL stats might need a boost.
Yeah, I mean, Bonyth kind of, his first games in STPL were kind of when he was winding down a lot on Brood War. He moved to Heroes of Magic 3 for a while, and then came back. He actually did pretty well streaming that, from what I understand. And obviously now he's back with Brood War a little bit more actively, which is always good for us, because it means we get more Bonyth games. But I think Bonyth really struggles a little bit in these best-of-1 formats. A lot of the reasons why he does so well in other tournaments is BSL is all best of 3, best of 5. Have At You is all best of 3, best of 5. And there isn't really that many other moments where you have to show some prowess in a best of 1. And that's what makes Team League so interesting. You have more chance to snipe these better players with good preparation.
Yeah, I definitely think you're on to something there, Kicks. For me, when I watch series play out like this, it's either, well, is it the time, the date, offline, online, but the map pool also really plays a big role in that. But when you look at Athena, yeah, sure, Athena is a super old map, but Sylphid, a very new map that everybody's been playing on lately. It's been in the ladder pool and stuff like that. you know, this is a very similar map to that. So you really have to kind of keep that in mind. Obviously, there's some differences with things like the Kydarian crystal formations. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But I mean, it's a PvP, right? So the map only really matters if there's some crazy like Troy has those assimilators you break down, or you know, high ground, low ground, like Gladiator, stuff like that. And we don't really have any of that here, except for the high ground mains that make it hard to bust up if you're going like 3-gate Goon.
Yeah, now if anyone's going to go 3-gate Goon here, I think we'd have a chance of Tech doing it. But Tech isn't adding a second gateway, neither is Bonyth, so both of them are going to be teching pretty fast. I highly doubt we're going to see a fast expansion from either player, but it's likely going to be Robo for both of them. Now, they are both adding their third pylons in their main, so we're not going to see anything too crazy. The probe, unfortunately for Tech, getting stuck behind the minerals. This is obviously one place where we may see come into play in the future. A very good place to drop down some Templar, Reavers, all the things you can do as Procast to kill your opponent's probes. So I'm looking forward to seeing if we actually get to that stage in the game.
Yeah, I mean, for PvP, it's like, well, does your opponent have one more Dragoon than you do? It's like, well, okay, I guess they win. So it can be really anticlimactic, right? If you drop a Reaver in their mineral line and they don't move their probes, well, yeah, the game is just not going to continue much longer. But I agree with you, Kix. I don't think we're going to see any fast Nexi.
Well, Tech's going for it. 28 Nexus, Bonyth. Going for a Robo at the top of his...
Come on, Tech. I thought we had an agreement, Tech. I'm up here at 5 a.m. and you're not supposed to do things I'm saying you're not going to do. So irritating. All right, I'm a Bonyth fan now. Bonyth's not throwing down a fast Nexus.
He's going
just
3
like
gate.
I said, Kix.
Oh my god, he's actually going 3 gate, the complete opposite of what both of us said. Thanks, Bonyth.
Okay, good.
Now we're both being betrayed. It's all good.
Yeah, that's right. But now we can be polarized just like our audiences. So yeah, 3 gateways. It's hard to break up a ramp if you want to go super, if you want to hit that timing. But obviously, if your opponent is going for a fast Nexus, it will be on the low ground, and that is something that you absolutely can bust in on if you do have a higher Dragoon count. So now it's 3-on-3 with Zealots mixed in there, but better shots coming in by Bonyth. He's gonna kill a Dragoon. They have the same units, Kix. How do you do that?
Well, one thing that I noticed was Tech, at the beginning of that battle, one of his Dragoons got a little bit too far forward, and then Tech had to move that one back. And that's time he wasn't spent firing, so Bonyth obviously getting the massive amount of damage there in that engagement. And I mean, he's not even taking any hull damage on any of his Dragoons. And there's going to be 3 more Dragoons coming out at a time. And Tech only now has got his 3 Dragoons as well, so on 3 gateways even. So this is going to be quite close.
Yeah, I would also like to point out that a crucial decider in that fight was that the neutral critter, which in Korean is, what is that, Byonjong Osuri? I don't know actually what that is in English, because this map is the old version that has everything in Korean. But that took actually one of the Dragoon shots from Tech, I believe, either before or after that. So that's a little bit weird. Always kill the neutral critters. Let there be no survivors. All right, so here we go. This is the 3-gate kicking in. We're trying to push into Tech's natural expansion. It's up. It's mining. Bonyth has to get damage done here. Of course, he does have that observer, but it's only going to be observing that there's actually plenty to hold on here from Tech.
Yeah, Tech actually got a really good engagement there, as Concave wasn't as good as what it could have been. A lot of his Dragoons weren't actually firing. There's still a great hold. Bonyth unable to do any damage, and of course that defender's advantage is about to kick in as 3 more Dragoons come out at a time here. A 4th gateway on the way, but is Bonyth going to be going into Reavers behind this? Yes, he is. So Tech is kind of on borrowed time. Dragoons are only going to buy you in. Oh my god, this is a mistake from Tech though. Pushing straight out into Bonyth's units.
He's going in again, but this time he does have more Dragoons, and that means that the advantage or the equalization that Tech had earlier, it's not going to last. And sure, if you have to identify one player with Reavers, it's going to be probably Mr. Bonyth here. But he might not even get there. If he has more Dragoons for this much longer, he's just going to keep pile driving the natural, and eventually it's going to reach a critical mass. Now, obviously, we know that there's not Dragoons following this up, but Tech does not, and that means that he is in panic mode.
Yeah, that one Dragoon got so confused, but it actually saved its life. It ran behind the minerals, got stuck on the probes trying to get back out, and in that time, Bonyth's Dragoons that were killing it just went to go kill other things, which is like, well, we're not going to follow that. But it's going to be 4 Dragoons coming in at a time now. Bonyth's starting to add in at least a couple of Zealots, going to allow him to go for that shot drop. Citadel of Adun coming in as well for Bonyth now, and Tech still doesn't have any tech.
Which is, just
ironic.
kind of strange
Yeah.
when you say it that way. I'm like, oh, we just need to appreciate this irony for a while. And it's not just that he doesn't have tech; it's that the tech that Bonyth has is just like, it's Shuttle Reaver. Like, it doesn't get much better than that for Bonyth, and it's going to come at a time where Tech is trying to push out and try to step out on the map and secure a little bit of map control so that he can mine safely behind that and kind of see what his opponent is doing. But behind this, we have Templar tech and Reaver tech, every tech that Bonyth could possibly had, and you're right, Tech has none of that.
Yeah, now it looks like Tech is going to try and go for a little bit of an all encounter here with all of his units. He's going to be running into a Reaver. Oh my god, he could actually snipe the Reaver before he can get in a shuttle. That's going to be a huge move. He does! And well, for a second he actually had the Dragoon.
Yeah, but now he
advantage.
loses the game.
Yeah, now he just loses everything. Tech needs to
There
be
was
careful.
a second Reaver behind that, by the way, and so it's just like, well, you lost all your Dragoons, and your opponent has a giant army with tech you don't have yet. So, like, behind this, to give you an idea of how far Tech is behind, he's not going for Reaver tech. He's trying to go for a +1 ground weapons play. This is kind of weird, and especially in the face of Reavers, I don't know if it's going to do that well.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen this from Tech before. Tech does like going for upgrades in PvP, and it has worked for him in the past, but it's whether Bonyth gives him enough time for them to really start to kick in. And I mean, he's going to be going for an Obs behind this. He's also going for Citadel as well, so you're going to see a Templar Archives coming in quite quickly after this. But at this moment, he's just trying to hold on with everything he has. And Bonyth doesn't look like he wants to give him any time. He's actually mixed in 3 DTs with this army, and there's no detection yet.
Is there? No. Wow, he did actually skip detection. He's getting his first observer right now. What? He's had that robo for a while, but obviously, oh no. Okay, well, we're witnessing the death of a human being here, Kix. Well, that's how you lose games. Well, obviously there's more to it than just losing to these DTs, but as if Bonyth needed help, he's got a huge tech advantage, and this is just gonna kind of hammer that home.
Yeah, he's trying to build a cannon here to actually... he's finally got an observer out, so he is going to be able to kill the DTs. But at what cost? He's lost all of his Dragoons nearly, and there's going to be 5 Dragoons versus 4. He has killed the DTs for now. He obviously...
Oh, he killed the observer!
Oh no, that's not good. There's still a DT alive in this
the
probe
observers! There's still a DT! He saved one of the DTs and sniped the observers, and now it's going to kill everything.
Oh my god, 9 kills, 10
okay,
kills.
There's another observer, but wow, we had to wait through 2 whole observer build cycles. And you know what you're not building while you're building observers? That's anything that Bonyth is building. He's got Reavers, he's got shuttles, he's got High Templar, Dark Templar. It's like, what doesn't Bonyth have at this point? Well, I guess a third base.
And a forge. She's going into a forge now, but that's obviously not really going to matter too much. It's kind of interesting that Bonyth didn't go in with a shuttle from another angle there and just really hammer it home, but I guess Bonyth was playing a little bit more conservatively, wanted to make sure that he didn't die for some crazy reason with like a counterattack or anything. I think we actually have speed out for Zealots now, for Tech going in for a lot of gateways. He has a probe hidden down here, not sure if that's to go for some kind of third base, but Bonyth looks like he wants to take a third base of his own.
That's the probe drill probe. So you have visions. So I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what Mr. Probe is doing down there. Maybe for like a later scout. Who knows? But you are correct, Kix. Bonyth is going for upgrades of his own, getting speed, and of course more observers. And finally, Storm is on the way. I think he had a High Templar earlier. Did I one of those somewhere? No, I guess he doesn't actually have any of those. But he is getting Storm eventually for when we have these huge battles. And so Tech has decided he's going to go mass Zealots here. And with legs, these things can actually kind of wreck Dragoons. Against double Reavers, not so much.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a problem for Tech. Tech actually going to try and use his mobility to run around the army of Bonyth and go for a counter.
Oh, he's going to come in behind.
I mean, if you sandwich the Reavers at the right angle, maybe you can make something happen, but this is going to be so difficult. It looks like Tech going to try and jump on top of the Reaver, but immediately Bonyth picks it up. Bonyth's micro is just so good.
He's like canceling Zealot auto attacks. Like they come in pairs, so you can actually just like make them not deal damage by picking them up and down. Wow, that's actually sick. But obviously the Reavers crush everything, and Bonyth takes that game for Net Wars to put them up 2-0 in the series.
He does. Now that was kind of an insane game there from Bonyth. Bonyth once again showing why he was known as one of the best players outside of Korea, and for one of the first times in the STPL really, just showing how strong he is. I mean, best of one format doesn't usually suit him. Tech had the build order advantage until he just didn't get any observers. So unfortunately, Tech fell to the same problem a lot of Protoss players have, just a little bit later than it normally happens.
Man, every time a Protoss with a Robo dives to DTs, I just like there is cosmic justice in the universe. His karma is getting cashed in there. Because he just didn't have one, and obviously it wasn't the DT that won the game, but that was sort of pounding the tent peg into him over and over again. So that's going to be a very strong start for Net Wars, and that means that their tenuous position. Do they make it into playoffs? Do they not? Might be a little bit more solidified if they can pick up a win in game 3.
Yep, so we'll be back just after this.